Hello, guys. Today I have something special with me. This is one of my most valuable item. And when I'm talking about valuable, I'm talking about what I value in a sense. And today I'm going to be reviewing one of those special items. And let me open this bag here. What is this? It's the Lumix G95. See this camera right here has been quite impressive. I've used this like on multiple occasions, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had like very highly impressive experience footage with this camera. I call this camera small but mighty, and I have pretty much specced it out as much as I can. I have this battery grip right here attached to it. I'm actually in a public space right now, sort of, so but you should only be hearing my voice. So yeah, I have this right here attached to it is the battery grip. I wish the battery grip accommodates the battery in here, but unfortunately you leave the battery here intact, and then you connect this to it, and then you close it up, and then you can only attach one extra battery here. It has some controls here that you can control from, but when you have it this way, you have longer battery life, so you change the battery less, but you know the time it takes for you to remove this and stuff, it takes longer to do that. You can just open, except you're changing one battery every time. So if this accommodates to battery in here, I think that would make sense, but in total you only can use two battery, which is the one that goes straight into the camera and one that goes straight into the battery grip. So that aside, I think this camera has taken like awesome footage, but I pretty much spec this out. I have a flash for it. I use it to take nice pictures, and I'm not gonna lie, from the first day I got this camera, I've really been impressed with the quality I've always got with it. It's kind of making me want back in selling it, but I feel like it's time for it to move on. It's time for me to move on. But this camera right here, for a beginner, I think you get the best value for you get a good value for this camera, especially even for professionals. There's levels to professionalism. Some people, they don't, if I show you this footage and you compare it to the one I'm recording with, you're not going to see that big difference, except you're like pro and you want to like do some deep coloring and you want some other features, then you want to go for that. But you see this right here, for a beginner that wants to go pro and not really lose anything, I think this is the camera. Now, why am I selling this camera? I already have many cameras already, so I have to get rid of one. So that's why I'm getting rid of it. There's nothing wrong with this camera. This camera is perfectly fine. As I said, I've gotten like nice footage, and I just noticed recently, I didn't even know it could shoot slow motion, and I just noticed recently that it can actually shoot slow motion of 60 frames, and I take up to 120 frames per second. And yeah, this camera right here is one of my favorite camera. It doesn't struggle in low light. It does a great job in low light also. It's mirrorless, in case you are wondering, and the sensor is a micro four third sensor, and it uses micro four third lens, so it takes like macro shots. So yeah, that's even one reason also that I don't want to sell it. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very nice camera, and I feel like even if I sell this camera, I'm still gonna end up buying another Lumix because I love my experience with this Lumix. But yeah, this camera right here, I call it the golden camera because it's gold in the sense of what you get, for the value. The value is gold, the price is gold, so it's not expensive like gold, but it gives you a golden value. If you understand what I mean. And the flip out screen also, you can also flip it out like this and record yourself like this. It's just an awesome camera overall. Overall, it's an awesome camera. The only thing I don't like about the camera is just the resolution is kind of low, and it's because of the sensor. When it comes to photos, like when you punch in, you see it's not as sharp, but when you just take it, you get sharp photos, sharp videos, like sharp. It's when you start doing pixel peeping and stuff like that. That's when you know where this camera struggles. But overall, this camera has been quite impressive. I have a lot of good things to say about this camera. I also have a polarizer. I've pretty much spec'd out this camera. And the best thing about this camera is you don't have to spend that much to get a lot from it. Like you spend less and you get a lot. I'm going to try to switch to this camera and just do like a few recordings so you guys can actually experience what I'm talking about. And let's do that right now. All right. So this is the camera right now. You can see the kind of videos I'm getting, the kind of footage I'm getting on this camera. So I used to contemplating on getting this camera. I think you should go ahead and get it. If it's already like, if you are like at 50%, you're just good to go, because I don't think there's any other camera that would give you the same output for the same price. If you are willing to spend a little more, fine, then you can go for whatever. But if you have like if this is within your budget and you're contemplating on getting this camera, I would advise just go ahead and get it. I think it's a very good camera to get. So yeah, so we're gonna switch back to the Canon. I also need to mention that this camera right here, in case you are wondering, it also has a flash on top of it. So I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about real quick. But yeah, this is the quality of the camera, and this is the footage. So do you like what you see so far? If you like what you see so far, then what's stopping you from getting it? So yeah, just go ahead, get it. See you guys in the future. All right, so you guys have seen what I'm talking about. You can see how beautiful the video looks, how sharp. Now, can you spot the difference between this camera and the camera I'm currently using, which is the R5C Canon with a 50mm lens? This is a 25 micro lens 1.4. So can you spot a quality difference? Or yeah, you just see that this the Canon is probably going to be a little sharper, but overall, if you don't put them side by side, you're going to be impressed with what you get with this camera. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. You can't really compare a camera that I'm currently using, hit a $4,000 camera or 4500 camera, comparing it to a 899 camera when it was first made. It's like the original price, pretty much. That's what I'm talking about. This camera when it first came out, 899, while the Canon R5C for 4500. That's like a huge difference. So so it's not a good comparison. It's gonna be night and day. But for most people, this 899 is good enough. And one thing that this 899 camera is, again, is it has a flash. So it has pretty much everything. It comes with everything you need. You're getting everything straight out of the box. So yeah, but comparing this camera to a camera that also has a lens of like 1500 with a lens of like how much? When it first came, I think this lens was like 500 or like, yeah, around 500. So it's like, you know, it's not a good comparison. But the fact is, you could get nice footage. For a beginner, this is the perfect camera. You could do a lot with this camera. You could learn a lot. You could accomplish a lot. And you could make your money quicker than investing almost $5,000 on just the camera body. You get what I'm saying? This one, by the time we have like 3 clients or 2 clients, you, depending on what kind of client they are, you make your money back. But for that one, it's gonna take a while. So because then you have to also rig it out. The SD card on that one is expensive. You get a cheap SD card on this one for $50. You get a good SD. For that one, you're spending like $300 on an SD. So you know, it's a big difference. So it's like comparing apples and oranges. It's not a good comparison, but that's all I got. So I also have this flash also. So, and the best part, as I said, about this camera, and one thing about that camera that you're looking at right there is that one right there also is Netflix approved. It has a bigger sensor. It just has everything. So it's not a good comparison, and it costs you more to spec out in comparison to this. This is just very cheap to spec out. You get this like $150, $100, $80, I think actually. You can get this, and then you start getting good quality with spending less quickly, very quick. And you might not even need it. You can just use this. Let me close it back. You can just use the flash on top of it. So yeah, so it's whatever it's just not a good comparison. But overall, this camera, the value you get, I feel like it's very high. I'm yet to find a camera, especially back then while I was doing research, because most time when I'm buying stuff, I do a lot of research. I couldn't find a camera that could beat this camera in terms of value, because Canon also has the same camera for the same price that we can compare it with, but this knocks it out of the park. Same thing with Sony. This knocks it out of the park. So yeah, you're getting more with this Lumix than Sony or Canon. The only thing that Canon and Sony might beat it at is like the autofocus. It's probably they probably have a better autofocus system, but when it comes to the features that this camera possesses in comparison to the Sony or Canon counterpart, is not comparable. Like, this gives you more value for your money. So should you get this camera? I'm asking again, should you? If you want to, I think you should. It's a pro camera. For a small price, you get a lot. So yeah, it's a very good camera. If you're contemplating, if you're still thinking about it, just get it. It has a nice grip, you know, the coating, everything is just good about the camera. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. See you guys in the future. Peace.
Yo, what's up guys? It's Zeke here. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things tech.